want to ask you just some couple boxing questions real quick. Kovalev recently lost this weekend. He was looking good. I mean, it was pretty even. I don't know if you saw anything different in Kovalev's eyes. Did you see anything different in him at all, or did he just get caught?
Not in his eyes. I was sorry to see that happen. First of all, let me just say this. It saddened me to see him get hit like that and not be able to recover. But what I've seen in the last 3 or 4 fights is the deterioration of a great fighter. A great fighter that at one point was so dominant, and I have to look at it this way because maybe I'm biased. So dominant, and when he left me, or when I asked him to leave for 3 or 4 fights, what I had instilled for the last 8 fights still kept hanging on, and after that it started to deteriorate a little bit. In the last 4 fights we have really seen it deteriorate. His punches were not effective, his punches were not hard. Usually when he hit somebody with those shots on the arms like that, they stayed hit, you know, and he threw some combinations that just seemed like he was just going through the motion. I don't know if it's physical or mental, but it's obviously not the same as it was in the past.
Another fighter that I guess people thought was deteriorating, but did just come up with a win. Manny Pacquiao just beat Lucas Batista. Looked good. I don't know. I mean, Batista was training hard. He was with Joel Diaz. Joel Diaz always brings his fighters in shape. I mean, what are your thoughts on him, and where does that put him now in the welterweight division?
No, Joel said that he was in shape. He was motivated. He did all the work in the gym. There was no issues. So I have to believe what Joel says. And Manny dominated like we haven't seen him dominate in a long, long time. So he puts himself back in the mix. There's a lot of fights that could be made for him. The one that somebody just mentioned to me was Mikey and Pacquiao. That would be a great fight. I'm happy for Manny. I hope that he calls Freddie and patches things up with Freddie, because I think that Freddie needs to retire with him, or Manny needs to retire with Freddie. But I wish him all the luck. That's all.
You mentioned Mikey. That was going to be my next question. Great fight. He beat Easter. Big, tall guy, lanky guy. Now he's talking about moving up and fighting Spence. I know you had your opinion about Lomachenko's Mikey. You weren't real big on Mikey winning that fight. I could only imagine kind of your opinion of Spence and Mikey.
Yeah, well, I had a Shafikov fight Easter, and I know Easter is a very difficult fight, very talented, very difficult fight, good puncher, and Mikey did what he needed to do. Mikey looked good, from what I hear. I didn't see the fight; I was busy, but from what I hear, he looked good. Mikey is 135, 140 pounder max, in my opinion. Moving up to 147 against this kid that's coming down from 160 is going to be a difficult task. But only Mikey knows what he's done in the gym with some of the heavier guys. So only Mikey knows, and Robert knows what the possibilities are. I would hate to see that fight. I would like for him to fight some of these other stars at his weight level, and beat them if he can, and go off as that great champion that he is right now.
I guess I'm a little surprised just because I know you're a boxing historian, and I feel that there has been lightweights that have beat welterweights in the past that shouldn't have won, and they made it happen. Do you just not see Mikey as that kind of once-in-a-generation type fighter? Or
Mikey was a featherweight. Mikey was a featherweight fighting a junior middleweight. This kid is a big young man, a good puncher, southpaw, all the ingredients for a bad night. I'm not saying it can't be done. I just would hate to see it because he's done so much. Mikey has sat out for 2 years or something like that, not fighting, and he's done so much for the time he's come back, that I would hate to see him go up. If he does that 5 fights from now or 4 fights from now, after he's beaten everybody in that lower weights, and okay, that's the ending of it. Okay, like a Ray Leonard fighting a Marvin Hagler at the end, or Roberto Duran fighting a Marvin Hagler. But I just see a bad ending with that fight. But then again, who the hell am I? He knows himself, and Robert knows him, and his father knows him. If he does fight him, I wish him all the luck.
And it is boxing, so anything can happen, right?
It's entertainment. If the fans want to see it and want to pay for it, wonderful. I would pay for it.
Right. Abel, appreciate your time, man, as always. Best of luck with all your fights coming up, sir. Appreciate you.